It's time to get some more expert insight from the founder of fxKnight.com. Andre Knight joins me now. Andre, I understand that you believe we could be witnessing the end of a long-term trend.
This week I'd like to take a look at the Euro Swiss with you, and the reason I want to do that is because this pair has been in a major downtrend for nearly the past 4 years, and I'm starting to see signs on the monthly and weekly charts that it's about to make a reversal. And not only that, but the daily chart last night gave us a very interesting candle formation that signals a reversal as well. First of all, on the monthly chart, you can see the entire downtrend starting with the third quarter of 2007. If I connect the most recent lows, you will see that the same period on our indicator failed to make a lower low. You'll remember this pattern from other pairs we looked at in previous episodes. This is known as a divergence, and it usually signals the end or a pause to a current trend. I've also found that the higher the time frame, the more significant the signal. For example, if you see a divergence on a 1-minute chart, you'll probably see a pause to the trend that lasts a couple minutes. But when you see it on something like the monthly chart, it usually signals a major shift in market sentiment. Another interesting item on this chart is near the right edge, you'll see that volume is starting to decline. That tells me we're slowly losing our bears. People are becoming less and less interested in selling this pair, and it's only a matter of time before the bulls overpower them. Let's zoom in further and see what's happening on the weekly chart. Okay, here you will see much the same pattern. Price not only formed a divergence, as you can see here, but if I take the next two lows, when we made a double bottom, price actually makes a very steep divergence to the upside. So we're seeing multiple divergences starting to happen on multiple time frames. When I see something like that, that's a very significant signal. If we look at the daily chart, this is what finally sold me on this move. Here we form a double bottom, very common pattern at the end of a trend. We're kind of chopping sideways, trying to make up our mind whether we want to go up or down. And here, the very last candles you see, yesterday we formed a doji, which signifies indecision in the markets, and today we had a candle open outside and above the cross of that doji. That is a perfect reversal pattern, and once again, even on the daily chart, we've got a divergence going on. 3 divergences on 3 different time frames. That's got my attention. Last but not least, I want to show you why I decided to enter this trade today of all days. Zooming in still further on the 4-hour chart, you will see that we went sideways for a while the markets tried to make up their mind which direction to go. And here on the very right edge of the chart, we've not only broken out of this prior range. Here, I'll mark it for you. Okay, very tight little range on the 4-hour chart. Not only did we break out of this range, but we came back down and tested the former resistance, now as support. As far as targets, there will be many on the way up. Okay, this is a major trend. As I mentioned, it's gone on for a couple years to the downside. This thing could go pretty far to the upside as well. For the first target, what I'm doing is I'm drawing a fib from the most recent low to the most recent high. That gives me a retracement to 61.8%, which I know from statistics will give me an extension to 161.8. So my first target is going to be at 1.2833. That gives us a potential total of about 239 pips for the first leg.
Andre Knight will join us again in the future for more technical analysis here on Dukascopy TV. But for the moment, it's goodbye for now.